Welcome back to Boris Physical Media. I'm Vanessa and he's Charles. We're going to go ahead and jump right in. We actually have a Universal title for you, and it is Twisters. And this, we obviously got the steelbook, and it all flows together this way. And there is disc artwork and a little bit of inside artwork. So this is supposed to be the newer version of the original Twister. The only difference is they still chase tornadoes, but their goal is to stop a tornado from tearing up a town and damaging. That's pretty much what this movie is about. It does star Daisy Edgar-Jones, who is actually the girl from Where the Crawdads Sing, Glenn Powell, who is from Top Gun Maverick, and Anthony Ramos, who's actually in Transformers Rise of the Beast. And Daisy's character, she can feel the weather. Like, she knows, like, the in and outs when a twister happens and what way it's going to go, if it's going to shift. Kind of the same way, like, Bill Paxton's character had. So she has that ability. I don't want to say ability, but she has that, so she can judge that. Glenn Powell's character is pretty much like the showboat. He thinks he's, the badass, I guess, and he's with a whole nother group, and he's got like a YouTube channel and does this whole thing. And then Anthony Ramos's character is actually one of Daisy's characters, like really good friends, and he kind of brings her back to help him, so he can get more information with the tornadoes and get like a whole like 3D view of it and whatnot. This movie, it had a pretty decent storyline. Because it didn't take from exactly from the other one. This one is trying to figure out, again, like I said, trying to stop a tornado before it rips up a whole town, before it becomes, an EF5 or any of that. But I was very disappointed, especially with the sound. When you expect to watch a tornado movie, you are expecting to hear the tornado like surround you, especially in this one, because they actually drive right into a tornado. Like, how stupid can you be? But let's just go right ahead and do that, and you're expecting to hear the whole thing, around you, and you didn't even get that. You didn't even get when it was near it at all. You didn't hear. It was like very monotone. Don't you agree? It was, I guess, decent for what it was, but would I recommend this movie? I probably would not.
I wouldn't.
If you're going to watch a Twister movie, you're expecting to watch a Twister movie like Twister. Especially, what they did with that one and the Dolby Atmos in that one, and you feel like you were in the tornado. Like, that's what I'm expecting, and you didn't get that with this one. Like I said, it had a good storyline. It was not the same as the other, but it needed that sound effect for the tornado to work, and it just didn't have that.
They tuned it down a lot.
Way
Unfortunately,
too much.
That was one of my nitpicks with it. And then
that was our biggest nitpick with it.
It was okay. Maybe more watches, maybe, but it just doesn't have anywhere close to what the original brings.
Right.
I knew it wouldn't in the first place, but I didn't judge it before I watched it. But the sound kind of irritated me, because I expected it to be like the original Twister, where you felt like you're in the middle of it.
Especially that new 4K transfer of it.
This one did not feel like it, and
that was very disappointing. I did read that Helen Hunt actually wanted to direct this film, but the only thing they wanted her to do was do a little cameo, and she didn't want to do that. She wanted to give this movie the justice that it deserves, especially for Bill Paxton. Another tidbit: Bill Paxton's son is actually in this movie for like a brief second, but
it didn't really get intense till the very end.
Yeah.
Really, was kind of boring to me. Like, I didn't care about the YouTuber guy. He was just, I thought
he was kind of annoying.
Yeah, he was annoying, and then it just didn't fly off like the original did.
Right.
Because you fell in love with the characters. Plus, I mean, I was a fan of Bill Paxton before I even seen Twister, so
right.
that really helped. Helen Hunt did a wonderful job.
She did a really
This girl in this movie did good.
Yeah, I like her.
I mean, I thought she did good, but what's his name?
Glenn Powell.
I didn't really care for him that much. I don't know who he even is.
He was what do they call him? The tornado wrangler or whatever. I guess he used to wrangle bulls, and then he decided to go into this and then have a YouTube. It was like too much marketing on that point for me. Kind of reminded me of Carly L's character in the first Twister. Like, he had that kind of attitude or whatever, and then I mean, like Daisy had like a mixture of Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton kind of in her. Yeah. I did really like that. Anthony, it was like
the picture wasn't top par either. I didn't think. It was kind of mediocre.
A lot more grays.
Yeah. Than
anything. Like, if you were looking for a lot of grays in this film and a lot of like dreary parts, like that worked for it. But I was expecting, especially when they got like the big tornado, that they were gonna have like lots of blacks and you know more going on with it.
It wasn't very bright.
No, even when it was supposed to be bright. I mean, I think the only thing that really popped off the screen was a truck.
Yeah, I think it came in at like 459 nits total, so it wasn't very bright. So.
Right.
But it did have some special features. It has the gag reel, it has 3 deleted scenes, commentary, and 6 featurettes. All featurettes are mastered in HD. Like I said, you had Dolby Atmos, which that was not utilized well.
No.
That could have been a lot better than what it should have been. I don't know what. I know Warner Brothers did the first one. Universal was usually pretty good with their sound, but
they did actually film this. The director who filmed this did direct it with the film of a Kodiak 35 millimeter.
Kodak.
Yeah, Kodak 35 millimeter to how the original was directed. They wanted to make sure they filmed it on that and not like just a plain digital, kind of like what they do now, because they still wanted that aspect with it.
Movie, probably a 1 out of 5. Sound, definitely a 1.
I would say a 0, because it didn't give you what you needed. Like I said, when you expect to watch a Twister movie or a disaster film or anything that's gonna like hit the ground or super fast spinning or whatever it may be, you're expecting, especially with Dolby Atmos, expecting to hear it everywhere.
Special features, I give a 5.
At least it had special features.
It has all special. It had a bunch of special features in it, so 2 at the most. Down the board, from the Atmos to the normal, the DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 sound. The picture alone was not that great, so 2 out of 5. Would I recommend getting it? No.
Buy it when it's like super on sale if you really want it.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. If you want to watch Twisters, watch the original Twister with Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt. I figured I'd be saying that, but that's our review on that. There's no use to continue dragging on it because it is what it is.
Yeah, but
that is our review of Twisters.
Like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell notification to let you know every single time we post a video.
See you on next one.
Bye.